What better for a Tuesday evening than a little NBA action? All right, let's take a look at New Orleans' starting lineup. Murray and McCollum make up the talented backcourt. Trey Murphy out there with Zion Williamson. And it's Misi in at center, locking down the middle. And for the Warriors, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay at the 1 and the 2. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Andre Drummond. And it's George in at the 3. And today will be the first game of 2 in a row between these two teams.
Yeah, these little mini-series are interesting. In the first game, it's all about setting the tone, and both of these teams want to establish momentum early.
And here's Thompson for 3. Misi grabs the board. And here's McCollum. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team.
Last year, these two gave us a very entertaining season series, splitting the games.
Yeah, and since both teams are in similar positions in the conference, winning the series this year would make a nice statement.
Yeah, muscling his way for the bucket. George doing what he does best.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sidelines.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. He feels the X factor in this one could be C.J. McCollum. Coach said his combination of scoring and playmaking is elite, and his teammates follow his lead. We can't afford to let him go off tonight. That would make it an uphill battle. Brian?
Okay, thanks, Allie.
Well, McCollum very smooth with the handle, creating the separation he needs.
George passes to Curry. Pass to George. Beyond the arc. Golden State with a rebound. Six on the shot clock. Thompson passes to George. Lets the 3 fly. Buries it from 3. George has got 5 points.
With an efficient jump shot and limitless confidence, man. I'll tell you what, George is a threat from just about anywhere on the floor.
Now here's Williamson. Last game, 26 points for him. Porzingis grabs the board.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Thanks, guys. A big move for the Pelicans this summer, trading for DeJounte Murray, a versatile and durable lead guard who's proven to be one of the best clutch players. His acquisition directly addresses some of the Pelicans' greatest needs. And, guys, I'm very interested to see how this plays out.
A big piece. Okay, Shams, appreciate the update. And so it's Golden State with it after the basket by New Orleans. Back to Curry from deep three-point land. Second chance shot. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Well, that's a big body to mess with. Drummond's a handful.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he can't get the first one.
2 shots.
Good on the second one. Here's Murray. Coming off a 31-point game. McCollum outside. To the paint. Here's Misi. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, McCollum can do it all when you give him the keys.
Here's Curry. And after missing his first 3 shots, he drains it. 1 for 4.
Well, look, he's struggled so far, but maybe that basket is all he needs to get going.
George defending. Kicks it out to Williamson. With the drive. Oh, he tacks it down.
That is incredible. Well, we'll never get tired of those dunks from Zion.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. Ooh, stolen by Murray. Oh, and a fast break for the Pelicans. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Golden State calls timeout. And, Coach, you look at DeJounte Murray, a 6'5", do-it-all guard.
Well, Brian, he's got the size and quickness to defend either backcourt position. Offensively, he's best with the ball in his hands, but he has developed his spot-up game to help the team.
And the Pelicans going with a whole new group out there. Here's Boston. Counted from distance.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Warriors trail by 5. Pass to Oubre. Now Kispert, guarded by Olynyk. That one's good from Kispert on the assist by Oubre.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Jones, his shot is good. Vincent with the ball. Pass to Thompson. Kispert on the wing. Kispert on the wing. Chalk up 2 there. Kispert's got 5 points.
Now that was a clever adjustment. I mean, that was a tough shot.
Well, you've got to be creative when you're up against a bigger defender.
Now here's Alvarado. Yet to see a basket. That one drops for him.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Thompson outside. Back to Vincent. Here's Kispert. Takes it inside. Shots blocked.
Hard to get over that near 7-foot frame of Olynyk.
Covington's checked in for the Warriors.
Robert Covington.
Outside Oubre. 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by New Orleans. They're coming off that loss against Portland.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
Now here's Covington. Here's Vincent. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
Gabe Vincent taking 2.
First one falls for him. Good on both. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's Boston. Knocked away. Stolen by Thompson. By himself. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Oh, that's great basketball. Denying them on one end while grabbing points on the other.
Boston. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Tie game and some big points being put on the board as we wrap up the first. And the second quarter about to get started. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from what we've seen here from the Warriors, what's your take so far?
Well, a big differentiator was their ability to generate offense by pounding the glass.
Yeah, look, and whether it's a point-blank putback or a kick out for an open 3, offensive rebounds usually generate quality shots.
Paul George out there with Kristaps Porzingis. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then it's Gabe Vincent. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now here's George. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Porzingis. Over Williamson. And that misses. That would have put him up. Here's New Orleans now. Knocked loose. Porzingis passes to George. Curry with it, defended by Murray. That's good from Curry on the assist by Porzingis. Curry's got his second bucket on the night. Pelicans trail by 3. Back to Murray. Shoots over Curry. Here's Messi. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Now here's Curry. In his last outing, 16 points for him. George against Williamson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It'll be on Zion Williamson.
I like when George uses the shot fake to his advantage because he's good at fooling the defenders.
And, Coach, it seems there's a move to cut out some of the cheap fouls in the game. This notion of, if you wouldn't call it on the playground, why do you call it in a game? You like to see where it's going?
Yeah, look, there's some times where I think we'd get a better game if the players do what they did in pickup games, Brian, and just called their own fouls. A lot of these cheap fouls would cease to exist. I think there's just got to be a better recognition from referees on what really impacts a play and what doesn't.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, it's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. Kispert, the pass to Porzingis. No good from outside.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And Trey Murphy is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Golden State has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Well, Coach, Zion is always must-see TV when he plays. It's his availability that is questioned.
Yeah, it is, Brian, but he's been healthier. And when he plays, there's nobody like him in the NBA with that size, skill, and force.
And again, New Orleans, no good. And so it's Porzingis with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Oh, the shot no good by Kispert. Pelicans trail by 4. Here's Murray. George with the block.
Yeah, rejecting the try there. George firing up his guys.
Kispert's shot is good. New Orleans calls timeout.
Timeout, New Orleans. Fans, give it up for your Warriors youth dance team.
Thompson's checked in. A quick break, and we look at our 2K leaderboard for three-point shooting last season. The fourth spot held by the Pelicans.
Well, their approach to shooting was phenomenal. They didn't force many threes, and when they got a good look, they drilled it.
Curry against Murray. The Warriors pull it in. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
George's shot is good.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Pass to Misi. Defended by Kispert. Down low. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Here's Thompson. Three-pointer. Misi grabs the board. Misi's got 4 rebounds now. Williamson against George. Pass to Murray. Back to Williamson. It's not going to go for him. Ooh, nice D from George. Curry passes to Kispert. To the middle. Porzingis in the post. Operating inside. Porzingis.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Pass to Messi. Back to Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
If the opportunity presents itself, Murray will explode to the rim.
The three from Curry. Rebounded by New Orleans. McCollum outside. Klay Thompson pulls down the board. The Warriors lead by 6. George feels it out a bit. Back to Curry. From downtown. Oh, Curry, a sick triple.
And after not making any threes in the first half, he now has 2 here in the second half. Let's see if he continue to add to that.
Defended by Kispert. The ball's knocked loose. Gets a hand on it. Controls the rebound and the putback. Murray's got 8.
Great anticipation off the missed shot.
Oh, his timing was impeccable. Kispert, the pass to Curry. This one for 3. Hey, shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
Thompson against McCollum. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Yeah, it's not easy to keep a shot out of Porzingis' reach. He has such long arms.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Murray with it. Guarded now by George. Murray, no good.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
And George with the jam.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Murray's shot is good. 10 points for him.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Golden State Warriors ending the quarter up 10. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. Quarters left to go in regulation. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
Second half underway. Here's who Willie Green's got on the floor. Murray and McCollum make up the talented backcourt. Zion Williamson out there with Trey Murphy. And it's Messi in at the 5 spot. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. Porzingis passes to Thompson. Right side, Porzingis. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. Thompson scanning the floor. The kick out. Curry. Pass to Thompson. From the arc. Here's Porzingis. Thompson outside. Takes the 3. Oh, and Klay makes that 3 look so easy.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Murray passes to McCollum. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Curry. Oh, a strong finish from Curry.
Yeah, another day, another virtuoso performance from Curry. It never ends.
Stan, we've seen a resurgence for Kristaps Porzingis over the last few seasons. What changed?
Well, Brian, he really dug down into the numbers, identifying his best shot profile and really focusing on that. It's helped his efficiency.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the Pelicans are still developing their on-court chemistry. Coach Willie Green said, "This group is still pretty young in terms of being on the floor together. We're starting to figure it out. We just have to stay committed and continue to be elite on both ends of the floor, and it starts with our defense." B.A.?
They've really got something, Allie. Thanks. The Warriors lead by 15. Here's Yabusele. 4-3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one. And so Murray will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. And that time also a missed shot.
No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
Curry against Murray. Inside, Drummond, and the jam by Drummond.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
To the right side. The three-pointer off the mark.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
New Orleans calls timeout, and the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that?
It's so important, B.A. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's McCollum. Lays it up and banks it in. McCollum's got 6 points.
That's nice touch around the rim. McCollum makes the most of his opportunities down there.
Now here's Curry. Alvarado defending. And down it goes. 2 points. Curry's got 6 here in the quarter.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Pass to Olynyk. Now here's McCollum. Basket's good. Give him 8 points now.
And that's a savvy move from McCollum. A defender doesn't know what to do with moves like that.
Outside Curry. From deep three-point range. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Curry's got 22 points.
And in the second half here, they're shooting a terrific percentage from 3.
In the third, 2 minutes.
Alvarado outside. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Here's Curry. Oh, he pipes it. 9 for 14 and showing no let-up.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Drummond defending. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up blocked shots.
Well, another thing they've been doing right in this one is making the most of turnovers. Lots of points for them tonight off of them.
Boston's checked in for McCollum to the inside. Thompson left side. They kick it out to Porzingis. 4 on the clock. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Porzingis has got 5 points.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
Here's Alvarado. Drummond defending. Some room here for Jones. Warriors with the rebound. Drummond's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Oubre passes to Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Look, Porzingis gets within arm's length of the hoop. He's not going to make many mistakes.
Here's Alvarado. Goes up again. And it's in, off the glass.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
They get it back. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Well, he's one of the best rebounders we've ever seen. Drummond controls the defensive glass, and at the other end, he creates second chance opportunities.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And here's Oubre from the arc. Pelicans cleared away. Here's Boston. Misses there. Stephen Curry getting it done for the Golden State Warriors. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. And don't go far. We'll be right back. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Gabe Vincent out there with Alec Burks. Then there's Corey Kispert. Then it's Andre Drummond. And it's Yabusele in at the 4-man position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Pass to Vincent. Kispert outside. And here's Drummond. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, he knew the contact was coming. Drummond took it anyway and finished.
Here's Hawkins. He's covered by Vincent. A nice shot by Hawkins.
Nice dribble move to get to the hoop for an easy 2.
Kispert outside. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. One of the biggest challenges for coaches these days, Stan, is roster turnover. How do you deal with the player movement?
Well, look, Brian, it's to be expected, first of all. And second of all, you just, every year starts new. You start from square one every year, and you build it. And if you make an in-season deal, you start over again from square one and build it up.
Fires from deep. The shot won't fall.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the 3-point line.
A nice shot by Hawkins.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here, and the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Murray's shot is good.
They have no answer defensively inside.
The Warriors lead by 19. Thompson outside. Kispert outside. The 3. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Curry passes to Thompson. Kispert left side. Oh, it's stolen. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Here's Murray. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 9 rebounds now. Inside. Pass to Curry. To stop the drought. Golden State needs to get off a shot. On target from range.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Murray just owning things on the offensive end, getting to his shots and making them.
Porzingis for 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And not letting the contact affect him at all. Give Murray credit for keeping his focus.
The 3 from Curry. Golden State with a rebound. Pass to Kispert. From deep. Out to Thompson. From outside the arc. Oh, the shot no good by Kispert.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Murray from outside. Porzingis grabs the board. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Kispert. Outside Porzingis. Outside Curry for 3. Knocks down the long J. Curry's got 27.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Warriors.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And they pick up their 4th win of the year. Every victory so sweet in the association.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Stephen Curry.
Well, what an unselfish display from him tonight. Sharing the ball, creating for others, just beautiful basketball.
Fires the 3. Zion Williamson grabs the miss.
The shooter thought he had enough space, but the defender was right on him.
Yeah, he may have had space, but the defense did a nice job closing that gap.
Out of bounds.
Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots.
Substitution on the court.
19 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Thompson finds Curry. Let's go with a 3. They grab their own miss.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
Stephen, another quality win. Is this one you can build on?
For sure. We're trying to create momentum. We understand what it takes to win a championship, and put a nice little streak together, playing against some great teams. That's only going to continue. Great challenges for us to kind of focus in on.
Congrats on the win.
Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll